Oh. Precious. Okay, this is to show the size of them in comparison to things that you could familiarize. Like, let's see, a CD maybe? Okay, CD. This is Precious. Her tail is longer than the CD as a crust. And their body is just as long as their tail is. This is Cookie. The way I tell them apart is if you look closely at the markings, Cookie has a larger, more of an arrow shape on her back, and Precious is a thinner line, less to it. They have distinct personalities, just like I can hold Precious like this and she'll just hang and then drop. If I hold Cookie the same way, she usually tries to climb up, but this time she's trying to get away. See? See how she climbs up? No matter what with Precious, she will just drop down. Cookie's favorite snacks are pretzels, spicy nacho Doritos, and Cheerios. Precious is basically the same, only she likes peanuts that are still on the shells themselves. But I take them out at least once a day to let them run around my bed, because if you keep them cooped up in their cage too long, then they tend to fight. And there's a big difference between when they're play fighting and when they're actually fighting, because when they really fight, the squeaks are loud enough to make you jump if you're not expecting it. Yeah. Is Cookie cleaning herself? I have to be careful though, because my bed, it's like when I let them on the floor, they end up getting underneath my bed and I can't get them for a while. One time, Cookie I had let him run around the room, and I thought Cookie had got out of the room, so we were looking for her for hours. And it turned out she was just under the dresser asleep. So I have to constantly be paying attention to where they are. Handling rats, I just hold them by their body like this and then put them on my shoulder or something. A lot of pet stores will tell you it's better to handle them by their tails, but they tend to not like that. It doesn't hurt them or anything. You can hold them by their tail, it doesn't do anything. Just, I kind of feel like it's mean. So I handle them more handheld. And by doing that, they trust me more. Because I've noticed that people who tend to hold their rats by their tail, it's harder for them to get them out of the cage to handle or take them anywhere or anything. Cookie wants some Cheerios. This is their Cheerio bag. We don't actually eat these Cheerios ourselves. Um, because you can actually get sick off of certain things with rats. Like obviously their feces is what is the main source of bubonic plague. But don't let that scare you. It's not like their poop's gonna kill you or anything. It's just you don't want to be ingesting a lot of things that they come in contact with. If they like lick off of something or drink off of something that you're drinking, it's not that big of a deal. But when they crawl around in it like this, they track poop into their claws and feet, and when they get in there, you can get sick. But other than that, they're very hygienic animals. They are almost constantly cleaning themselves. They'll eat, then they clean themselves. They will play, then they will clean themselves. They will sleep, and then they will clean themselves. It's just what they do. It's like if they can't find anything else to do, then they clean themselves. They clean each other. And yeah. And if you ever notice your rat is making clicking noises, like if she's sitting next to you and she's making little noises, that is basically like a rat's way of purring. It means it's happy and comfortable, and it means you're taking good care of your rat. But yeah, they're about 7 or 8 months old. About from nose to tail, I'd have to say 16 to 18 inches when they are fully stretched out. It's hard to tell because most of the time they are either huddled in a ball like this, like they'll be hunched over, or they're running too quick for you to really tell. But yeah, other than all of that, having rats is a fun experience, and to me, they're one of the best pets you can get. They're small, easy to keep in the cage. They're fun to play with. They're cute. You can feed them practically anything. Just gotta be careful what you feed them though, because you don't want them getting fat. That's the only downside to that. They can eat basically any kind of chips, nuts, seeds, grains, bread, normal food. They can eat meat, but I don't recommend it because when you start feeding a rat meat, they tend to bite you more. So I basically stick to just like, chips, Cheerios, large nuts and seeds. I feed my rats parrot food because it has a lot of just large seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, peanuts. Because when I was getting them rat food, which has like half of the large seeds with some corn, and the other half is just a bunch of little grains, what would happen is I would waste half a bag because they would not eat the grains. They would only eat the big seeds, and then they would just sit around waiting for a couple days for me to fill up the bowl again. So I just started getting them parrot food instead. And so far it's worked out pretty well. They can eat an entire bowl. Their bowl is about 3 to 4 inches tall and about almost as big around as a CD. I fill that to the top every other day because they can eat the entire bowl in a day. But what will happen is if they will overeat and they will get fat. And you don't want that because a fat rat is not a happy rat. They will be slow, unhealthy, and not be able to go anywhere. So be careful what you feed your rat in quantity and what you want them to behave like. And yeah, want a healthy rat? Feed them good, treat them good, give them a good large cage, because they need room, and that's about it. Goodbye, guys.